Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting a little messy, a little colorful diving right into the world of an artistic painter.
Yeah.
We're figuring out what it takes to actually make it as a painter, like these days, in this economy.
In the real world.
Exactly. And we're going to see if this platform called RoleCatcher is like the secret weapon all us aspiring Picassos have been waiting for.
Ooh, aspiring Picassos. I like that.
Right. Got to aim high.
It's a tough field. There's no doubt about that. But what's kind of cool is RoleCatcher seems to get that.
Okay.
We've got their whole artistic painter, the complete career guide thing to go through, plus info on all the stuff their platform can do.
They're going all in.
They really are. It's
Yeah.
like they want to be the one-stop shop for, people who want to make a living doing art.
Okay, so bold move. But you know me, I'm a little skeptical. Does it live up to the hype? What's so special about this guide anyway? Is it just like, be more creative?
Oh, no. It's not like those vague inspirational posters you see, like believe in yourself and all that. This is way more practical. What really stood out to me was how they break down the entire career, like the entire arc of being an artistic painter.
Okay, interesting.
From the very beginning, when you're just starting out, to, way down the line, when you're like the master painter, giving back, mentoring.
I always see those job postings that are like, must have 10 years of experience. And I'm like, 10 years of experience doing what? Exactly. Like, how am I supposed to get that if no one will hire me? You're telling me they actually show you what that experience looks like at different stages.
Exactly. They have these example profiles.
Oh.
So you can see like what an artist's resume and portfolio, like how those should look at different points in their career.
Wow.
It's actually really helpful. Plus, they've got sections on, industry trends, what's hot, what's not, common interview questions.
Oh, smart.
Yeah, and they even talk about the pros and decons of being an artist.
Keeping it real. I like it.
Right. Because it's not all sunshine and rainbows,
Speaking of which, did they try to sugarcoat the whole starving artist thing?
They don't sugarcoat it.
Okay, good.
They definitely list financial instability as a potential downside.
Yeah, downside.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Which, let's be honest, isn't exactly news for anyone who's, thought about an art career.
Not exactly breaking news, no. But that's where it gets kind of interesting, right? Because they're not just about helping you find any old job to pay the bills. They actually talk about tailoring your CV, your resume, and even using AI to like stand out from the crowd.
Yeah, that's the future right there.
It is. It is. But look, I'm all for like embracing technology and everything.
Yeah.
But you got to explain it to me. Like, I'm still using finger paints here.
Yeah.
How does all this AI stuff actually work?
Okay. So imagine this.
Okay.
You've just finished like this amazing painting, right? You've poured your heart and soul into it.
The masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece. But then you try to share it online and it's like shouting into a void. No one sees it.
The worst. It's like it's lost in the sea of a million other pictures.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what this AI thing does, it's like having like a super powered assistant who can translate your artistic brilliance into language that those like job application robots can understand. So you actually get seen by the right people.
Okay, so instead of like my beautiful landscape painting, getting lost in the internet void,
Right.
this AI helps me get in front of like a gallery owner or someone who's actually looking for an artist.
Exactly. Yeah. Their whole platform is designed to make the whole job searching thing way less painful. You can save job postings from all over, like, I don't even know.
Yeah, from everywhere.
Instead of having a million tabs open,
Right.
you can really analyze those job descriptions
Oh, okay.
to see what skills they're actually looking for, and then it'll like score your CV against those requirements.
Whoa, wait, hold on. It's like having a cheat sheet for the job hunt?
Kind of.
That's amazing. But okay, what if my CV is like not so hot? Like, what if it needs work?
Well, that's the best part.
Okay.
It doesn't just like point out what's wrong. It tells you how to fix it.
Oh, wow.
It'll give you specific suggestions for improvement.
Okay, that is seriously cool.
Yeah, right. It's like having a career coach in your pocket.
Like having a little angel on your shoulder.
Exactly.
That's amazing. So they're not just like throwing you into the deep end.
Nope.
They're saying, okay, here's some floaties.
Yeah.
Here's how you do a little doggy paddle.
Exactly. And if you need to work on your freestyle, we can help you with that too. They also have this browser extension. It's called RoleCatcher.capture.
Okay.
And it lets you save job postings from literally anywhere.
Oh, that's handy.
So no more emailing links to yourself or like...
I've got a million bookmarks
Yeah, bookmarks.
that I never look at again.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm starting to get why they call this whole thing a platform. It's really like all-encompassing.
Yeah.
But let's not forget about good old-fashioned human connection, like networking. What about that?
Yeah.
Because that's still so important in the art world.
It's huge. And they know that. RoleCatcher knows that in the art world. Who you know is just as important as what you know.
Absolutely.
But they also get that for a lot of artists, the whole networking thing can feel really awkward.
Yeah, it's not everyone's cup of tea. It can feel, I don't know.
Forced.
Yeah, forced. Fake. Like I'm trying to sell them something.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just want to talk about my art, man.
Right, exactly. So they actually built features that make it feel less like, I don't know, less like schmoozing.
Yes.
And more like, organizing your art supplies.
Okay, now I'm really interested.
Yeah.
How do they do that? How do you make networking sound less scary than a blank canvas?
Okay, remember those like shoe boxes full of business cards?
Oh, yeah.
Where you have no idea who these people are?
The worst.
Yeah.
Why do I have this?
Then where did you even meet them?
Right.
So RoleCatcher lets you keep all your contacts like organized in one place. You can track every interaction, emails, phone calls, coffee dates, gallery openings, whatever.
Smart.
And then you can even link those contacts to specific job applications.
So you remember.
So you remember. It's like having a little CRM system, but for your art career.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So instead of those awkward have we met moments, you can walk into like a gallery opening or something and actually know who you want to talk to.
And what you talked about last time.
And what you talked about last time.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's amazing.
It takes the pressure off.
It really does.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not all about like, cold connections and stuff, right?
Yeah.
What about finding your people, your tribe?
Yeah.
Other artists who inspire you.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And they have a way to do that, too.
Oh, cool.
Like, they have resources for finding other artists in your area.
How nice.
Connecting with them, even groups and organizations related to, like, what you do. Remember we were talking about that Surface Design Association the other day?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You could find stuff like that right there on the platform.
That's amazing. Okay, so it's not just about, like, climbing the career ladder.
Right. It's about community.
Yeah, it's about finding your people.
Exactly.
That's so important.
Because sometimes, just a conversation with another artist, that's all it takes to spark that next big idea.
Right.
Or to, like, give you the courage to finally, start that project you've been putting off.
Absolutely.
And they even have a whole section on collaborating with other artists.
Oh, cool.
Which, especially when you're first starting out, can be a game changer.
Yes. Collaboration over competition. I love that. But let's be real for a minute.
Okay.
Getting your artwork seen is great and all, but how does RoleCatcher actually help artists, pay the rent?
Well, they're really big on diversifying your income.
Okay.
They know that, relying just on gallery sales is kind of risky.
Yeah.
It's not always reliable. So they actually encourage artists to explore all sorts of different income streams, like, teaching art classes, maybe doing freelance illustration work,
Right.
selling prints or merchandise online.
Which makes total sense, especially these days with, online marketplaces and the whole creator economy thing blowing up.
Absolutely.
There are so many more ways to get your art out there.
Exactly. And they actually provide like resources and guidance on how to do all of that.
Oh, wow.
Like from setting up your own online shop to marketing your work on social media.
So smart.
They even have tips on pricing your work.
Oh.
Which I know a lot of artists really struggle with.
For sure. So they're like that wise mentor figure
Yeah.
who's not just like, express yourself,
Yeah.
but also like, okay, but like, how much do you could charge for that?
Right, exactly. You need both. And they get that.
Yeah, you need the inspiration, but you also need the like practical advice.
Yes. And for people who are just starting out,
Yeah.
they really break down all the different things you could do as an artist.
Okay.
You could be a gallery represented artist.
Yeah.
You could be a freelance illustrator.
Right.
You could do murals. You could be an art teacher.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there are so many options.
That's a good point.
It doesn't have to look just one way.
Because I think a lot of times people who are just starting out think there's only like one path.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, being an artist, it could be so many different things.
It really can. And they're really good at showing you all the possibilities.
It's like they're saying, you've got this amazing gift. Let's find all the ways to share it.
Exactly. And let's not forget about the practical stuff, like interview prep. Remember we were looking at that?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no more like sweaty palms and stumbling over your artist statement.
Exactly. They've got you covered. So they have this awesome feature. It's so cool where you can actually record yourself answering common interview questions, and then their AI analyzes your answers and like gives you feedback.
Oh, are you serious?
It's amazing.
It's like having a personal acting coach.
Yeah.
For your art career, do they have tips on what to wear to an interview at like a hip downtown gallery?
You know, they don't get into the fashion advice too much.
Yeah.
They're more focused on the content of your answers, but they do emphasize that, like, you need to be able to articulate your vision for your work
Sure.
and talk about your process clearly and confidently.
Yeah, which is fair. It's more about the art than like the outfit.
Exactly. You want them to remember your work,
Yes.
not what you were wearing.
Exactly. But, okay, what about the people who, like myself, are maybe a little creatively challenged when it comes to like resumes and cover letters?
Well, that's where that AI-powered CV analysis tool that we were talking about really comes in handy.
Right. So it's like having a digital marketing expert, like give your portfolio a makeover.
Exactly. And because it's not just about like listing your skills and experience, it's about presenting them in a way that actually gets people's attention, you know,
Yeah.
like potential employers or clients or whoever.
Right. Who are actually going to hire you.
Exactly. And it can actually help you identify if there are any gaps in your like skill set or experience.
Okay.
So like if you're applying for a mural project, but you haven't actually listed any experience doing large scale work,
Uh-huh.
it'll point that out to you.
That is so helpful.
Yeah.
It's like having a second set of eyes or like maybe a digital brain, making sure you're really putting your best foot forward.
Exactly.
Okay, so it really sounds like they've thought of everything from like the very beginning, finding the jobs, to like acing the interview. They've got you.
They really do. But honestly, what impresses me even more than all of that is like they're not just trying to help artists get their foot in the door, you know.
Oh, tell me more about that.
They're actually trying to support artists throughout their entire careers.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a big claim. How are they doing that?
So they have this section called like Artistic Painter Career Pathways.
Okay.
And they talk about how, you know, your art career, it's not just this straight line.
Right.
It can kind of, you know, take all these different turns. You could become a master of one specific style.
Right.
You could end up teaching the next generation of artists. Maybe you branch out into something totally different. It's like they're saying your artistic journey, it's not a straight line. It's more like an abstract masterpiece.
I love that. Speaking of abstract masterpieces, earlier you mentioned something called like artistic painter external resources.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to circle back to that because it sounded really interesting. What's in there? What kind of stuff are we talking about?
Okay, so get this. They've got links to all these different organizations.
Okay.
And I'm talking about like not the usual suspects, like not just, you know, art supply stores or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about the Glass Art Society, the International Federation of Hand Weavers and Spinners.
Whoa, okay.
There's even like groups dedicated to experimental calligraphy.
Wait, really? What does calligraphy have to do with like being a painter?
Well, that's the thing. It's not about like direct connections. It's about, you know, cross-pollination of ideas.
Yeah.
Like maybe you see these amazing, intricate letter forms and it inspires a whole new way of approaching, I don't know, line work in your paintings.
Right.
Or you learn about like glass blowing techniques and suddenly you're thinking about light and form in a totally different way.
Oh, that's a good point.
They get that inspiration can come from anywhere.
Oh, absolutely. It's so true. Sometimes all it takes is like a little spark from a totally different field, and then boom, there's this creative explosion in your own work.
Exactly.
Like they're encouraging artists to be like, you know, artistic omnivores.
Yes.
Always hungry for new inspiration, new ideas.
Love it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop there. They have this whole other section. It's called like Artistic Painter Transferable Skills.
Okay.
And they highlight all these amazing skills that artists have that are useful in so many other areas. Like, you know, attention to detail, creative problem solving, visual communication.
Yeah, artists are good at thinking outside the box.
Exactly.
Yeah. So even if, like, you know, someone decides the whole, you know, starving artist thing isn't for them, they're not starting from zero, right?
Right. Like they've gained all this valuable experience that
Right.
companies want.
Right.
And they actually even give suggestions for like related career paths.
Oh, interesting. Like what?
So like graphic design,
Okay.
art therapy.
Right. Using those creative skills
Exactly.
to help other people to do other things.
It's like they're saying, look, we get it. Life happens.
Right.
Plans change.
Yeah.
But your artistic talent, like, that's still valuable,
Yeah.
no matter what you end up doing.
I think that's a really beautiful message. It's about empowering artists, not trying to, fit them into some mold.
Totally.
It really sounds like RoleCatcher is more than just like a job board. It's more like a community, a resource, like a champion for artists at every stage of their journey.
Oh, absolutely. For me, what's really cool is like, you can tell they actually care about helping artists be successful.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't just throw this platform together. They clearly understand the struggles, the challenges that artists face.
Right.
And they've created this incredibly, like, I don't know, comprehensive thing
Yeah.
that addresses all that. It's really impressive.
It really is. For anyone listening who's ever thought about, turning their love of painting into an actual job, a real career,
Yeah,
RoleCatcher seems like it could be incredibly helpful.
I think so too.
Yeah. This has been, I have to say, I am thoroughly impressed.
Me too.
This has been a really eye-opening deep dive.
Yeah.
And I'm impressed with RoleCatcher.
Yeah, they're not just helping artists find jobs, they're helping them build actual careers.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
It is. Which is, it's something to be celebrated.
Big time.
So, okay, to all you aspiring artistic painters out there listening, remember, your talent is amazing. It's important.
It's a gift.
It's a gift. Don't be afraid to share it with the world. And with the right support, the right resources, like the ones we've been talking about,
Yeah.
there's really no limit to what you can do.
Beautifully said.
Oh, stop it. You're making me blush. But that is it for this deep dive episode. Thank you so much for listening. We will catch you next time for another, hopefully slightly less messy, exploration into the world of careers.